Arizona Senator John McCain is with us now from Capitol Hill. Senator, good morning.
Good morning, Charlie.
What did you learn from the president and his plans that make you believe that the effort may be to do more than simply have the kind of limited strike that he has said to plan?
Well, our discussion centered around the principles of degrading Bashar Assad's capabilities, not only to deliver chemical weapons, but to deliver weapons, and also to increase the capabilities of the Free Syrian Army so that the momentum on the ground, which now favors Bashar Assad, would shift in their favor. And that also includes, obviously, no American boots on the ground. We can do this, Charlie, but it's going to take a robust program, and it's going to require the President of the United States talking directly to the American people, and a resolution that includes those abilities of the President to take the measures that I just described.
Senator, the Secretary of State, former Senator John Kerry, former chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, has said in a conference call, it is reported, that this is a Munich moment. Do you believe that?
Oh, I believe it's a critical moment. This president said that it was a red line if Bashar Assad used chemical weapons. By the way, he already has, but now he's used it in a massive fashion. And unless the United States of America responds, then the word of the United States of America is invalid, no matter what the reason, whether Congress refused to pass a resolution or not. And as you know, Charlie, other presidents have acted in a way that did not require a resolution from Congress.
Senator, I know you left the meeting with the president saying that he assured you that these strikes would be more robust than you thought, that they would be very serious, they would be more than cosmetic, more than just sending a message to Assad and to many others. What specifically did you learn that the U.S. would do?
Well, we would have a conduit for weapons and training to the Free Syrian Army so that they can have a chance on the ground. They're overwhelmed now by Iranian weapons, Russian weapons, our lack of getting them the right kind of weapons, and that's important against armor and air. And if we negate his ability to deliver chemical weapons, we also negate his ability to deliver other weapons. And it is air power that is giving them one of the major factors in the edge that he has on the battlefield now. They not only use air for airstrikes, but they move their people around, and shipments of weapons come in to one of these 6 airfields that he's using almost on a daily basis from Iran and Russia.
Senator, I'm curious what gives you confidence about that, though, because as you know, in June, we were supposed to begin arming some of the rebels, and as the Wall Street Journal says on its front page today, that hasn't happened yet.
Well, it hasn't happened, and it's been terribly disappointing to me, and that's why I'm saying I am encouraged by the conversation. I have to see the concrete action, and it's not that I don't trust the word of the president. It's just that I need to see the concrete measures that are going to be taken. And if we don't take those concrete measures, and if the resolution doesn't allow it, then obviously I can't support it. It's almost as bad as not passing a resolution as passing a resolution that doesn't allow us to take action that reverses the situation on the battlefield so that Bashar Assad will sooner or later leave. The only way he's going to leave is if he thinks he's losing.
Senator, you've used the word catastrophic if Congress does not take the military action, if they don't vote in favor of taking military action. Very strong word. Could you elaborate on what you mean by that? And are you doing anything personally to lobby your colleagues?
Yes, of course, but it's the word of the United States of America. Look, I don't think the president should have done this. Once he announced that we were going to have strikes, I think he should have acted, as other presidents have, both Republican and Democrat. But it is what it is. The word of the President of the United States is out there in the world that we will not stand for crossing a red line. That's what, and also not only did he say that, but he said that there would be strikes against those perpetrators. Obviously, it's Bashar Assad. So then, for the United States of America to do nothing will have impact and ripple effect all over the world. Look,
you would have been okay with him acting, Senator, you would have been okay with the president taking action without congressional approval, especially after the vote from the British government. That would have been okay with you.
Yes, just as it was when Ronald Reagan invaded Grenada and Bill Clinton took action and other presidents have taken actions. The War Powers Act requires consultation and then approval by Congress afterwards. And I would have long ago, 2 years ago, helped these people, and this thing would have been long gone. We have damaged our credibility. Our standing in the region is at an all-time low, and this will sink it even further if once the President of the United States, the leader of the world, says he's going to do something and we don't do it.
Senator,
a resolution, could I just say again, a resolution that doesn't allow that, I can't vote for.
how confident are you that the Congress will, in fact, support the president?
I think the president needs to talk to the American people from the Oval Office, from his desk in the Oval Office, and show the American people, again, these pictures of the bodies stacked up. Show them the horrific situation of 1 million children refugees, of 100,000 killed, of the destabilizing effects throughout the region. This is not confined to Syria, as you know, Charlie. It is spreading throughout the region. Iraq is now unraveling. The King of Jordan is not going to stay in power. Lebanon, the whole situation, and Iran is the key to it. And if the Iranians prevail here, and we don't retaliate, this will be a huge victory for Iran as they progress on their path towards nuclear weapons.
So
There's
you
a lot
believe
at stake here.
So you believe the president has not made his case?
Of course not. You can see that in the polls. It's about 50-50. I think the president and my constituents are skeptical. They don't know what this is all about. I can understand why they're skeptical. There's been no plan and no strategy that has been articulated by anyone in the government, in the executive branch, except that we will have a tax. And there's not that, we got to fill in the blanks there, and the president can do that by talking directly to the American people.
So you don't believe it's a case of the country is just war weary? We don't want to get involved in another conflict? You think that we just don't understand enough to make another decision?
I think Americans are very war weary. That's why they're very skeptical. But I also think that Americans understand that when 100,000 people have been massacred, when their people have been raped and tortured and subjected to chemical weapons, which is in violation of every norm and convention that we have, that he can, and assure the American people there will be no boots on the ground, I think he can make a strong case. The consequences of doing nothing after we've said we're going to act are, as I said, very consequential.
All right. Senator John McCain, thank you.
Thanks for having me on.